All right, thanks, guys. We were pretty even Steven for Hump Day. We went 2-2 in NBA, 1-1 in the NHL, 1-1 on Patreon, and then 12-13 and 1 in MLB. So we didn't really get paid on the leans, but we stayed in the game and had fun. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into some NBA action tonight, beginning with Toronto at Philadelphia. Now, that's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in South Philly at the Wells Fargo Center. The Raptors open the betting as the 1-point favorite, total at 213. And since those markets opened this one up, no real surprises here as we're seeing money on Toronto. That line moved up to -2. We're also seeing a little bit of movement upward on the total up to 213.5. So once again, the Raptors open -1 up to -2. Total open 213 up to 213.5. 66% of the consensus is leaning toward Toronto. 60% shaded toward the over. And right now, the Sixers are plus $1.10 at home for some money line cash. Now, if you like the Sixers to get the job done in this spot here, it's really going to be tough sledding for you. Joel Embiid's got the shits. Toronto's 7-2 straight up in their last 9. 6-3 against the spread in that same category. They're also fifth in offensive field goal percentage. We're looking at 47.3% in that category there. Toronto's also 29-16 straight up away from home, so 13 games over 500 when traveling. They rank 4th in points allowed on the road and 4th in road defensive rebounding. Now, Philly on the other side, once again, Joel Embiid, he's sharded, he's got the runs, he's shivering, high temperature according to Brett Brown. They're also 16th in points allowed at home, 110 points on average in that category there. They failed to cover in 3 out of their last 5. They've also won just 12 out of 28 straight up as the underdog. And when it comes to the total, Toronto's offense is averaging 113 points per contest on the road. Philly's averaging 118 points per contest at home. So although I'm leaning toward Toronto, both teams certainly capable of putting up some points. But with all that in mind, Joel Embiid, he's shitting his pants on the bench. Give me Toronto -2 in the over 213.5 in that matchup there. All right, before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick time out and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Thursday's NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball action. But before we go ahead and do that, got to remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We're having an incredible run in the NHL. We're doing very well in that category there. So that's kind of a part of the free content. You can go over there, check out my record in many different categories, and you'll be very impressed by the NHL record. I know I am. But anyway, patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below there. Now, I got some shout outs to get to here for our NBA slate. Got to say what's up to Milwaukee Mike Jones, who's just loving the Milwaukee Bucks right now, getting the job done last night. Moving on, Mike Jones actually from Milwaukee, works at the Fiserv Forum. So, Mike, congratulations and best of luck to you in the next round. Got to give a shout out to my man Stephen Lewis in the chat box every day. Steve, I really, really appreciate your support. Think you're a great guy and a great handicapper. Got to say hello to Terrence Warren, Hector, Iraq, Mr. Keat, Proline Master, who, once again, Proline Master, always very, very active in the comment section. I believe Proline Master has a page of his own. So go ahead and check out Proline Master on YouTube and check out some of his great content as well. Gotta give a shout out to Jonathan T, Jamal Polk, Jerome Jerry Watkins. I don't think anybody calls him Jerry except me, but Jerome Watkins, got to show some love there. Good guy, good friend, and once again, good prognosticator, good sports bettor there. Shout out to Jerry We the Best, Henry Bird, Jake Bobby, Jordan Rabowski, Mario Hernandez, Tef Majeyi, and last but certainly not least, my good friend Ralph Portundo, who Ralph has been with me for a while. Ralph bets on all major American sports, so Ralph is a great guy, always provides very straightforward and honest criticism. A lot of the times it's very, very good. I know Ralph is a big fan of the channel, and he'll let you know if he's on the same side as you or not. But Ralph, a great guy, very, very positive member of the Brock Page delegation. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop back into some more lines and personal leans for Thursday. We're almost at the weekend here, guys. Friday's almost here. The weekend's almost here. And I need it. I'll tell you what, I'll need it. I'll let you know in the hockey section while I need it. Yesterday was kind of a wild day. But anyway, let's go ahead and sneak into our next and final game for our NBA slate. And it is going to be Nuggets Blazers, 10:30 Eastern tip-off in Portland. The Blazers open 3.5, total 215. We're seeing movement upward on the spread and upward on the total as well. Portland's now -4, total up to 215.5. So once again, the Blazers open 3.5, up to -4. Total open 215, up to 215.5. 62% are leaning Portland, 75% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Nuggets are plus 150 on the money line. The Nuggets have successfully covered in 4 out of their last 5. They're also 5-0 against the number in their last 5 in Portland at the Moda Center, if you're into historical trends. The Nuggets are 7th in offensive rebounding, 2nd in defensive rebounding. So really just crashing the boards, getting the job done in the paint. Denver also covering 78% of their games, taking on Portland this year. They are 2nd in defending the 3-ball. Now, the Blazers on the other side failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6. Their defense is allowing 110 points per contest at the Moda Center on average this year. They're also 19th in defending the 3-ball at home. Total-wise, Portland 5-1 to the over in their last 6. Give me the Nuggets plus 4 on the road in the over 215.5 in that matchup there. All right, next slate, it is going to be in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. And we have ourselves a game 1 in the East. Carolina taking on Boston, 8 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Beantown. Boston open -150, total 5.5. We're seeing a nickel move toward the Bruins up to 155. Once again, the Bruins open $1.50 up to -155. Totals 5.5. 58% are leaning Boston, 63% shaded toward the under. Right now, Carolina's plus 140 on the money line. Boston plus 190 on the puck line. We have Peter Mrazek for the Canes, Tuukka Rask for the Bruins. And before we dive into this game, got to give a shout out once again to Proline Master and Brian Stevens. Proline Master and Brian Stevens, very active in our NHL hockey videos. Now, real quick, I told you I had kind of I wouldn't say a nightmare of a day, but took my car to the shop yesterday just for inspection and some standard maintenance and all that good stuff. And they had indicated that they could not pass the car unless they put on new tires. The tires were too bald. The tread was all jacked up, and so they needed new tires. I said, yeah, no problem. Go ahead and throw them on. The problem was it was around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I got there at 4:30, so I'd already been at the dealership for an hour and a half, and they said, all right, we're going to have to give you a loaner car, and we'll take care of everything tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, is it that bad? What's wrong with the car? Is it an alternator or a timing belt or something like that? And the lady said, no, we just got to put on some tires, but at 6 o'clock and the mechanics go home. And I was like, don't you guys pay overtime? Like, aren't they can just finish the job. It's not going to take them long. Like, no, they go home at 6, so we'll give you a loaner car and this and that. And not only did they give me a loaner car, but when I return it to the dealership today or tomorrow, I don't know if this is going to be a 2 or 3 day process, but I have to fill the tank. So I'm going to pay about $1,200 in tires, and got to fill the tank up for him too. I got. But anyway, they've always been well to me, so I trust them. But I trust them to do a good job. But I don't know if it's weird. I never heard of a mechanic not finishing the job. They're like, we'll just finish this tomorrow. We'll put these tires on tomorrow. Very weird to me. But anyway, let's dive into this game once again. Hurricanes, Bruins. Boston's minus 155, totals 5.5. Now, Boston is third in goals allowed. We're looking at just 2.5 goals per contest in that category there. They're also 6-1